Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool video for you this evening. We've been waiting on this package here. Somebody shipped us this for $17, and we're thinking there's no way in the world that that's actually how much it costs. We think the guy lost a bunch of money on it. How much do you think it costs to ship, Joe?
30.
Joey thinks 30. So anyway, I got a real cool deal on something old, so we figured we'd try to see if it's even possible that the guy shipped this for $17. You know, the prices on everything are going through the roof. This is May of 2022 that we're filming this. So, we'll open it here in a minute. You can see what's in it. Don't tell him what's in it, Joe. That'll ruin the surprise. He just turned it.
Forget it, man. Just forget it.
All right, so it was sent parcel select. Is that the expensive one, Joe?
That's the cheapest possible.
Okay, cheapest possible. And it was sent from Shavano Park, Texas. So Shavano Park, Joe, where's that?
It's in Texas.
Okay. It's in Texas. And it was shipped here to our shop. And it was through the post office. The post lady brought it. And it says, Pitney Bowes, com price. What's that mean, Joe? Commercial price?
Yes.
Pitney Bowes, commercial price. But then it says surcharge.
I don't know.
That means extra.
Sounds
So
extra.
he would have had to pay extra.
Everything's extra in Texas.
Okay, now
It's bigger.
here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to fake ship it back to the guy and see how much it costs.
Okay.
What do you think?
All right.
Okay, so let's see what our best way to do it, and it's got to be through the post office. All right, so we are on PayPal.ShipStation.com. This is who we use to ship. And by the way, this is not a review or anything. The heck with them. I don't even know who they are. Right? I'm not trying to advertise for them or anything. We thought this would be a fun video. So we've got it set up to ship from our address, and then we're going to make up a fake address. Let's see. Okay, so we made up a fake name and a fake address. Bob Smith at 101 Main Street in the zip code where it was from. Packing slip message. Oh, we don't need that. Okay, so package type. Let me measure it real quick. All right, so this thing is 28 inches long, 15 inches wide, 6 inches tall, and according to the label weighs 8 pounds. What do you think, Joe?
$45.
45? I don't think it'll be that much. But I don't ship anything. Joe ships
We're a long
everything.
way to Texas. We're a long way from Texas.
Joey ships everything, so I don't ever ship it myself, so I don't know. But let's see. Oh, come on, Joe. It wasn't that bad. Look,
What?
they say they'll ship it media mail for
It
$7.
ain't media.
Yeah, but he could lie about it. Parcel select ground. Is that what that is?
Pretty much.
Parcel select. Yeah, parcel select, $23.
Well,
Yeah, he did all right.
I was close to the first time.
What's the big problem? It's just an extra $6.
I don't know. You're the one making the video.
And he got the commercial rate. He probably saved some money.
Don't get too excited. We haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, we kind of need to see if he made it here in one piece.
It may be broken.
All right, so he charged me $17 to ship it, but it cost the poor guy maybe $23 unless he got a discount, which he may have. So that's no big deal.
I don't know, but he did have a surcharge on there for something.
Yeah. Okay, and the price of the item was $29. $29 and $17 shipping. So what do you folks think it is in the box? What do you think it is, Joe? Don't tell him if you know. You don't know what it is.
No.
All right, we're going to unbox it. Here we go. It'll be like Christmas. Is everybody excited? It's like Christmas. Boy, the gentleman did a great job. I keep saying he. It could have been a she. I don't know. Whoever it was, they did a good job so far on the packaging. But I don't know about inside. What do you think, Joe? There's a piece of glass on this object. Is it going to be broken? It's a little What do you know? What do you think? What do you think, Joe? You going with yay or nay?
I think it's going to be broken.
You think it's going to be broken?
I think that front glass is going to be broken.
I'm an optimist. It's going to be in perfect shape.
Ah,
Something's moving in there.
it could be cracked and we can't hear it. Oh,
Holy crap!
I think it might supposed
There's
to
a
be
bomb in this thing.
Well, there is a little bit of bubble wrap.
They put a little bit of bubble wrap in it.
That might have saved it. It's that orange bubble wrap too. That's a good
That's
stuff.
the stuff. It's I think it's water resistant and shock absorbent. I think.
I think it's a money grab. All the bubble wrap is the same, people.
Okay. So, see if there's any parts laying around that fell off. I don't see any.
I think you can tell them how old it is.
I think it did break. All right, lay it down flat, Joe. Let's unwrap it. Look, the other way.
This way? You trying to get me involved
Yeah.
and act like
Then I'll be
did
like,
something.
what'd you do?
Pretty much.
What'd you do?
Had nothing to do with
The
it.
base is off of it, but I think it can be glued back. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
You want me to open?
No, go ahead. It's only 160 years old. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know about this, people.
That's extra.
I'm getting the little parts here.
I feel like they should have had some more here.
Yeah, maybe a little more there would have held
Not
it
so
in
much
one
here,
piece.
but over here.
All right. See if you can unwrap it. Watch it now.
Well, you told me to open it.
It's broke.
It's broke already. Woo. Wow. That really sucks.
All right, so the screw fell out of here. It moved the whole movement, which ripped the paper dial. But we're thinking that this isn't the original dial. It's too nice. If it is, it just completely destroyed something really nice that was 160 years old or so. But it's just too nice. I think it's just a reprint because it's cardboard. I don't think that's original. I don't think it can be. But we'll get it out and take a look at it. Okay, folks, so luckily the thing just broke apart at the assembly points, so it didn't really break, it just came apart. So this bottom base had completely separated from the cabinet. Now someone at some point had put it together with some nails and things. So they had these in the bottom of it. So what I did was I cleaned the glue off where someone had glued it back together at some point and got it nice and flat again. And then I just glued it back together back in the original spot. Okay? And I just put some Gorilla wood glue to hold it back together. And then over here, this little piece had came off. And same thing, it was just a clean break right where it was glued together at the factory. So I just very carefully glued it right back in place with nice wood glue that dries clear. And I'm listening to the beat. You need to adjust them so that they beat normal. So it shouldn't go tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It should go tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, So it should have a rhythm to it. It shouldn't have a back and forth. It should have a on the beat rhythm. So it's pretty good now. So that wasn't a big deal. Okay. Basically what happened was all 4 screws that held the movement in place fell out, allowing the movement to jump around. So it screwed up the face. But what it screwed up was the very center. You saw where it had ripped it. That's just paper in the middle. But the rest of it is metal with paper on the metal. So I've seen clocks before that were designed with the center missing. So you can see a little bit of the movement behind it, the gears and stuff. So I just removed the ripped up part of the face. I don't believe that's the original face because it's too clean. Watch when the door hangs open. It goes off beat just a little bit. This little grommet here was right in the center originally on the paper. So maybe one of these days I'll cut a little piece of paper and put that back, but it looks just fine the way it is. So it's about to strike the half hour here. How freaking cool is that? This thing is, I'm pretty sure it's 140 years old and it still works just fine. I oiled the movement a little bit, but it was still working whenever I put it back together. I oiled the pivots a little bit. Everything looked nice and clean. Thing works fine. It's 140 years old. So what does this tell us? Okay, it tells us that 140 years ago that they made stuff that lasted. Now this was a cheap clock. This was not a crazy expensive clock back in the day. It wasn't the cheapest one you could get, but it wasn't a high-end clock. Lots of people had these clocks. So back in the day, the stuff that was just mass-produced was good quality stuff because it's lasted longer than the people that made it. 140 years is still working fine. So that's one thing that I've learned from it. Another thing is, if you have an issue and something breaks, it's not necessarily the end of the world. Right? You can fix it up. No big deal. Okay? And then another thing, it doesn't take a genius to fix the thing. You know, if you just carefully take your time. I'm not all that great at gluing wood back together, but we got it pretty good. That little mark there is where somebody else glued it at some point. That was the old glue kind of squeezed out around it. You know, so it's got a little wound now. That little paper piece is missing in the middle, but now you can see the movement a little bit more. It's all gravy, baby. Now check out this pendulum. This is a Gilbert clock. Check out this pendulum. You can change if you turn that screw on the bottom, it changes the how slow or fast it runs by basically moving the weight down or up. And they actually had a little indicator, which is pretty cool because it allows you to know how far you're setting it. I guess that gradient on there could actually tell you maybe how many seconds an hour or seconds or minutes a day you're trying to slow it down with that. I don't know. I would say seconds an hour. Okay, so let me turn it around. It actually has a maker's mark on the back, a sticker. That's kind of interesting. It's a little different than most of them. So here's the back of it, how it was made. I can't tell if those little finials there were chopped off or if they were designed like that. I think they may have been designed like that. If you look, that's the exact same spot, though, that this piece was attached. So it could be that there was another little piece attached on the top of each of those. I don't know. There's little hooks so you can hang it on the wall if you want. And then it has this sticker. There's actually two stickers. If you look, see how there's one under it? Now, why would that be? It's because of what the sticker says. So it would have said, does that say, I can't tell what that would say. All hour, maybe? It's not a 30-hour clock, it's an 8-day clock. It says, probably manufactured expressly for something, maybe installment company, San Antonio, Texas. So what this is they made one of their normal clocks probably, and it had their sticker on the back. And then this company from San Antonio, Texas wanted their own brand that they could sell in their store or something. Or maybe use in their businesses or something. So they made another sticker and stuck it over the original one. So the original sticker may have been smaller. I've seen some online where it was a little small sticker. But this big sticker was placed over it. Maybe installment company. Look at all the little art on the font. That's kind of cool. San Antonio, Texas, setting the clock running and keeping it in order. I guess that would have said long hand is the minute hand, the short hand is the hour hand. Place in a level position. If at any time removing the clock, first take off the pendulum. The beat should be equal and regular, and will be so if the clock is set to level position. Remember, the movement fell out, so when I put it back, it may be that we have the movement slightly crooked or something. Or it could be that the pendulum leader, the little line that hangs down from it, if it's bent or something, it'll make it where it's not quite right. And you can bend it to make it right or change the position of the movement a little bit. To set the clock, always use the minute hand, which can be turned in a clockwise direction without injury. Never turn the hour hand. The clock is regulated by moving the index on the front of the pendulum, which is done by turning the pendant screw below. To make run faster, something towards F, slower towards S. Each section in the circle is equal to a minute a day. Okay. Directions for a striking clock. And if you look, the sticker behind it kind of lined up at this point. So it probably said very much the same thing, except it didn't say that it was manufactured for that company. Okay. And it was probably originally yellow like that one. Or maybe it did say the same thing and they just put two stickers on it. The clock can be made to strike to correspond with the position of the carrying the minute hand forward to the figure 2, then backwards to the and back and forth between these figures until the right hour is struck. Okay, so apparently you can move the minute hand forward and backwards. I don't know. Directions for setting alarms and alarm clocks. This one does not have an alarm. The alarm dial over to the right till the desired hour directly beneath the hour hand. Then wind the alarm. Movement should be cleaned and oiled once in 2 or 3 years, probably. The celebrated lakeside improvement. night-day movement with hour-and-a-half-hour strike, and walnut case. Manufactured expressly for us by special contract. William W.M. L. Gilbert Clock Company. Weekly payments and guaranteed who knows? But look at see the sticker below it, how the little star is just below those. It's like the sticker below it was just slightly lower, and they put a new one on above it. I'm gonna guess that it was just because they had it marked for another company, and then they changed it and said, no, we're making them just for you. That'd be my guess, but I don't know. So cool old clock. I just think it's neat that something from I think it's about 1880 is still up and working just fine. You can see where I glued it back. A little heavy there. This was a glue mark too from someone else. But what do you think? I think it's good to go for another 140 years. So let's turn around and, it's coming up on 12 o'clock.